There's something that terribly bothers me about this situation in Amona. Right now, people are being pulled from their homes in Amona. Now, apparently, there's an Arab that's called Palestinian that showed up with a title, went to the United Nations and so on, and to prove that this was his land. When some people that lived in Ofra, about 100 meters from there, started building houses in Amona. Now he didn't come right away. He came a long time after. These people have been living there for the past 20 years. Now, what is strange is that this man, okay, didn't see anyone putting up any houses, didn't see anyone installing anything from time past, and he didn't find that deed to this land for all these years. So he didn't even he had nothing built there. He was doing nothing on the land. He had no shepherds passing through the land because most likely they would have seen something. And he could produce no deed at the time, but it's only much later that he could produce a deed and then take it to the United Nations and so on and say, look, the Israelis are stealing our land. What was he doing all that time with the land? Zero. There's nothing built on that land, no shepherds on that land, nothing at all. When you think about being retroactive and applying laws and taking things back and so on, there's a lot of mess going on. A lot of mess going on. Because I'm wondering, who took the Jews from their land? How far back can we go to say, well, this is retroactive? The Jews were either killed on the land or driven by force under threat of death from the land in times past by many people, including these Arabs that call themselves Palestinians. So my question is, if the land belongs to Israel, why pull them out with such force? Why pull them out against will? Why set brother against brother, Israeli soldiers and police against their own brothers to pull them out from the land? Why is all this coming into play just now? As far as I can remember, there was a man called Jephthah in the book of Judges. I think in Hebrew it's Sefer Shoftim, that was faced with a dilemma. Here comes this man, this king, an Ammonite king, wanting to make war. And he's in Judges 11, he replies, listen, this land has been empty for so long, and we chose to put ourselves on this land and to live on this land. And you had no issue until you saw we were well established. 300 years later, you want to make war for this land. Why didn't you say something from the beginning? But all of a sudden, you want to have something to say. All of a sudden, you want to make war. Why didn't you act when the land was barren? That's what Jephthah was answering this Ammonite king. Why can't the judges in Israel now reply in such a way? Why do they choose to go against Israelis? If they are established judges, the Supreme Court, they're established to govern over Israel and not a dispute between people that are foreigners to the land and the peoples of the land, meaning the Jews. So there's something very hard to watch these people being pulled from their house, to watch all that situation. And I wonder what logic is being applied, what moral is being applied. It is strictly wickedness.